So the other day, I was talking about how I managed to keep 6 webcomics active, and it all came down to buffering. And the question came up of whether or not I buffered these videos, and if that's like how I managed to get out daily videos. And that's actually not how I managed to do daily videos. And I thought I could talk about, I don't know, like YouTube videos for a bit. I don't usually talk about this topic too much. I worry that it will bore y'all because, like, I don't know if any of you want to do YouTube, or I know some of you do. I just don't know if a significant amount of you want to do YouTube. And no, I don't buffer. I have buffered in the past. When I was doing my lore videos on Crow Story, those were all buffered. And a few times I've buffered some topic videos. It was usually when I was writing out my topics. No, I don't do that so much anymore, and I wouldn't be able to do it with these daily videos because I think I just approach YouTube making a lot differently from how I approach my comics. For me, posting to YouTube is really an opportunity, like, let's be real, to just like advertise my comics and get my art out there, and it's kind of like a social media post. Like, I don't want to overthink it. I find when I overthink it too much, it becomes the focus of kind of all of my content. I'll get comments sometimes like, oh, you should do more editing and you should put together more visuals and really explain things really well. And I get that, but then I'm not interested in making that kind of content. I'm interested in making a short little video that people can put on in the background and get work done to, and then you can just like move on with your day and you don't have to think about it too much. And maybe there's like some nuggets of wisdom in here, which is cool, and I hope off the top of my dome that I can come up with things that intrigue you and stimulate your mind and all that stuff. But generally speaking, I'm not looking to do too much here. I've always been a bit of a rambler. I'm good at ranting. I have the ADHD power of just like thinking about one thing and heading in that direction. When it comes to editing, I don't like to over edit things. I know I repeat myself pretty frequently in these videos. I kind of just like, my video making process is once a day I sit down and I talk into Audacity about a topic until I hit around the 15-minute mark, and then I edit at double speed. So like, it takes less than half an hour to put out a video every day. I think that I like doing daily videos because it makes me actually do them every day. It makes me do them at all. I think if I'm not doing every day, I don't continue. I'm really bad at getting back on the horse, and that's the main reason I stopped doing weekly videos. Was it's a lot harder for me to convince myself to get up once a week and do something. For me, it has to be daily. Yeah, it just has to be daily. I can't focus. I can't lock in the same way. And it's such a minimal amount of work for me that I feel bad if I don't do it. And that is like an important stick, you know, like, I think we can think about it like, oh no, I don't want to feel bad about something every day. You shouldn't feel bad if you don't put out a YouTube video, but it's okay to feel bad about stuff. I think when it comes to like updating your comic, doing your artwork, I think it's okay to feel bad about not doing it. I think sitting on that feeling, and if it's like something that pushes you down and it doesn't motivate you in any way, like, then it's bad. I think it becomes insurmountable. But for me, it's like a good bad feeling. It's a needed pressure on myself to get the work done, because otherwise, like, if I only chase things that feel good, then I never do like the important stuff that needs to be done. And YouTube is something that needs to be done for me, okay? Like, it is one of my most popular social medias. It is the most popular social media I have for my comics. When I update on YouTube, I make money, I get engagement, people hop off of my videos here and they check out all of my comics because I make sure to mention all of the 6 comics that I do that are linked down in the description, you know? Like, it helps engage. It helps me stay like not community, that's not the word for it, but it makes me engage with the community. It makes me talk. I get things done. It also makes me do my art as well in order to get footage. I do buffer my footage when I'm working on all this stuff. I buffer my footage. I sometimes do it during stream, actually. If you go to my live streams, you will hear me and Ursula talk about like whether or not we're recording, and that means if we're like recording background footage for the next video. So I do that. I think there's also like an interactive element that's missing if I engage with it. Like if I was to put out videos daily without doing them daily, I don't think I'd be as responsive to what what the comments are saying. I like that. It also is good when I leave a video feeling like I didn't say everything I wanted to say, because I think with me, burnout isn't making a video every day. Burnout is making a month's worth of videos in a few days. I think that burns me out way more. For this, it's like I have to lock in once a day, and that's not that bad, and it gives me time to regenerate ideas. And if I start having a whole bunch of ideas that I'm excited to get to, then that gives me a buffer of ideas, but not like a buffer of videos. So like I keep engaging and I keep like being able to make the videos or whatever. I don't know. That's kind of weird rambling. I hope that made sense. That's why I always say that. I hope that made sense, because I am rambling in these videos. For me, like another part of it is that I don't mind if I get sick, in the sense that if I get sick and I can't put out a video, like that's fine. I will like take the time off where needed. It's okay to not update daily for like a few days. Like that's fine. I will survive. I'm okay with doing that. With like vacations, I might do a buffer of videos because it's not too hard to make a good buffer of videos. Yeah, if you want to do videos, like I think you should just kind of find your own pace for it. I think doing the daily video thing is nice. It's definitely how Ursula started, but it's not like her favorite way to do it. Obviously, she posts here less because she has a lot more going on rather than me. She also says that if she rambles on these things, like it just makes the editing process way longer for her, which is fair. I edit my videos pretty like rapid fire, and I don't like go on forever, I guess. I don't know. I keep them within a time limit, let's say. And I think regardless, doing daily videos is like a really good place to start with YouTube. I think we can like overthink things a lot, unless you're making something hugely artistic and you're like putting thought into your editing and crap. But like if you just want to do what I do on YouTube, you just need a microphone and you just need to talk and just go for it. And doing it for like a month, you'll get like a huge backlog of videos, and it'll get you over like the fear of talking on screen. I think there's comfort in making daily videos too, because like if you screw up and if you don't say everything you want to say, it's like whatever, like who's even gonna remember this video? I make so many, like they're not all going to be perfect. That helps. It helps when you're putting out a bunch, because then they don't all have to be perfect. And I think you can get in your head about it if you put in like very infrequent videos, which is fine. I think it's fine to be in your head about it if it's something important to you, the same way my comics are important to me. But, or I guess more my novels, let's be real. Like my comics, I don't care about every single little page, but for my novels or whatever, like I want those to be really good when I put them out, you know, like my audiobook stuff that I'm doing with Ava, where I'm taking the audiobook and I'm adding the pictures to it and I'm posting that on YouTube. I get no views for that, and I put the work in there. Like, what is that? Like, YouTube isn't always going to reward me for doing my best job ever, which sucks, but it's also like a blessing in disguise, right? Because I don't want to be putting all of my focus onto YouTube. I have some exciting projects I'm working on with YouTube, and I am excited to share them. Specifically, my long form video that I'm making with all of my secret streams coming together. I'm doing a bunch of like writing and stuff, preparing to do more of those streams, and then editing that is going to be a beast. But that's like its own little fun thing that I want to do. I don't always want to do a daily video. I sometimes struggle to put myself in the chair here and actually do it, but I do it. And that's the most important thing to me, is that I don't miss my chance. For me, it's like I can't really start the end of my day. So like I'm a night owl, right? I usually stay up till like 5 a.m., 4 a.m. if I'm being good, 2 a.m. if I'm exhausted. And my day doesn't really start until I have made my video and posted it. And then I have all the time to just like work on my writing, work on my video gaming. Let's be real, I've been playing so much Cult of the Lamb, and that's what I do after this stuff. But I don't let myself do that until I get my video recorded after Ursula goes to bed. So that's why I'm here right now. Anyways, I don't know where this rant is going. Thank you for listening. I wish you luck if you are considering making YouTube videos. It is a lot of work. It's also fun. It's my favorite social media. I like to talk. Damn, I thought I was doing my outro here, but like the main reason that I started doing these videos was that I suck at writing by hand. I think it's a dyslexia thing. I don't love to like think out my thoughts and write them when they're like non-fiction type thoughts. There used to be this section on Smack Jeeves where people could review each other's comics, right? Smack Jeeves being like an old webcomic site. For those of you who don't remember Smack Jeeves. But there was like a section on the forum where you would review things, and I started by doing reviews on there, and I didn't like to write out a review. I like to just sit down and talk about it because I was able to get my thoughts across more. So that's why I started doing YouTube videos on this channel. You're not going to find any of those videos. They are long gone, hidden away from your prying eyes, but that is where I started with, and that's why I do the critique stream as well. I just articulate myself better when I have my voice words and not my hand typey words. I find it arduous to do that. That's why I don't like to script, even though scripting is good, laying out points is good, so that you don't start your outro and then jump into a little topic about Smack Jeeves halfway through. But, you know, I think it's also why I like streaming a lot more than I like making videos, but I've been trying to make these a little more like a stream where I am entirely focused on talking, and you know, you can't sustain that for 4 hours of stream content, but I can do it for like 12 minutes. Anyways, this time for real, I'm gonna go because my throat is sore. I'm trying my best. A reminder that we are doing a week of streams at the end of this month to raise money for my dog who needs her tooth removed. Her face is all swollen. She's a sad little puppy, and we need to get the money to do that. So we're going to do a commission stream where you give money, you get commissions, and hopefully Matica gets the teeth surgery that she needs. We love her. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe, because I like when the numbers go up. I say it's for the YouTube algorithm, but it's for my heart. I like to look at big numbers. You know, I'm a simple man, simple brain, unga bunga, whatever. All right, goodbye.